I found it interesting that when you first went to start filming for the Golden Girls, you and Rue McClanahan were supposed to be in the opposite roles.
That's right. The man who directed our pilot, Jay Sandridge, had directed most of the Mary Tyler Moore shows, which preceded Golden Girls, and of course I was the neighborhood nymphomaniac on Sue Ann Nivens, and he said if Betty plays Blanche, another, well, we won't call her what she really was, everybody's going to think she's just doing the same role over. He said, why don't we switch them? And I didn't know who Rose was. I wasn't sure of the character. And it was Jay who set her so well. He said she's terminally naive. She's not dumb. She's just so naive that she thinks life is a musical comedy that's going to have a happy ending. And he was so right, and I loved Rose. I had such fun with her because she was positive. She didn't know any better. The girls could say terrible things to her, and she didn't get it. She thought that was fine. And she thought at one point she thought, no, Don Amici was her father because he looked like her. He could be her father, so maybe he was.
But this is something that people say about you also. I mean, I'm sure you've read interviews with other people when they're talking about you, and they say, oh, she's so positive all the time, and she's always smiling.
Yes, and that makes them sick a lot of times.
Right. Well, I'm looking at a YouTube right now of you in 1965 on the show Password with your husband, Alan Ludden. And you've got these dimples that are like rocket ships. Okay, so that's number one. I mean, the camera loves you. And you say that you're going, I don't know what age you were at that time, but you say you were going off to do South Pacific in Milwaukee for the summer, and you had to learn to sing and dance. And at your age, that was crazy.
Well, I had to learn the routines in the show, and I had always sung on my own shows, but to learn the score and all that. And at my age, I wonder how long ago that was. That had to be 100 years ago.
Yeah, it's getting up there.
Yeah. So,
45, 46 years ago?
So, and now as I say, I'll be 90 in January. So,
what about South Pacific this summer? What do you think?
I'd love it. I would absolutely love it. Except my hair isn't able to do that shampoo.
You can't do the
scene.
shampooing.
Yeah. But if I could bring my hairdresser and work her into the script somewhere, and
I'm sure they could do that for you.
they could work that out.
Absolutely.
We'll hire James Brooks. He can make that happen.
Oh yes, he can.
I wonder, one of the essential jokes for you is this sweet, big blue-eyed woman very sweetly sometimes saying things which are not all that sweet. I mean, people cannot get enough of you saying things, whether they be racy, whether they be borderline mean, with that beautiful smile on your face.
Oh, Celeste, have I got you fooled? Well, look who's talking dimples over here, Celeste. Now my dimples are wrinkles now, but they used to be dimples.
I'm wondering if that's a reflection of you. Which one? Which one of those things? Is this the kind of sarcasm? Is it the sweet blue-eyed girl?
I don't. I wish I knew. I wish I could honestly answer that. But you hear something and an answer pops into your head, and before you can, my mental editor goes to sleep, and before you can stop it, it comes out. So I have a bawdy sense of humor, sure, but I don't like dirty. I just like bawdy. But bawdy to some people is dirty to others.
And at age 90, bawdy is kind of an edgy form.
Yeah, it's an edgy form, and so is body.
Yeah, and there you go. It's all edge. It's all edge at age 90. So does your power as an icon increase at age 90?
I think old age has some wonderful advantages. Yeah. People spoil you rotten, and you can get away with murder. Yeah. And no matter where you go, you'll turn around and somebody's pulled up a chair for you, whether you want it or not. There it is,
Except that I've heard that you actually drive your agent and others crazy by always insisting you want to drive yourself everywhere, you want to pick up everything yourself, you want to carry your own bags, you want to carry your own coffee.
Is that what they say?
I'm reading the quote right here from your agent in the article. Yeah.
Who could
She drives herself almost everywhere, Yeah, it's always, Betty, give me your bag. No, let me carry it. I can do it myself.
Oh, I didn't know they said that behind my back.
we
Well,
have
I'll talk to
spies.
him
We have
about that when
spies.
I get.
You know, other people say that, besides happiness and a good outlook and being a life extender, a relationship with animals is something that is known clinically to have a real life extension sort of quality. Have you found that in your life?
I've been in the animal business all my life, since the womb. And it's, at first, you were considered, even if you were a youngster, you were considered a little old lady in tennis shoes if you liked animals that much. But finally, even the medical community has come around to validating the fact that animals are such stress reducers. They petting an animal can slow a heart rate down. It can calm. It can heal. And that's not just me talking. That's solid fact now.
That's science. If you always love animals, you'll never be a vegetable.
There you are. There, that's perfect.
What advice? I mean, looking back through your career, to maybe the 55 or 56-year-old Betty White that thought that dancing at her age was going to be an achievement. What advice would you have for maybe 50-year-old, 60-year-old Betty White?
Stay interested in things. Don't let your mind just atrophy. Go for it. There must be something that you've always wanted to know more about. Well, now you've got time to find out more about it.
Buy those hip hop albums, right? Go to those rap concerts. Is that what you're saying?
I was thinking of a strip club, but it just depends on what your point of view is.
Oh man!
You've
Golden.
left John Hockenberry speechless. An
Golden.
achievement
Golden.
reached by no other guest on this program, I might say.
My mother will explode that I've been in the same room with you.
Please give her my love.
She is your biggest fan.
Oh,
My mother says you did the lightning round on Password better than anyone who's ever done it.
oh no.
She turned 80 this week. She's a young thing.
Well, give her my love and wish her a happy Mother's Day.
I certainly will.
All right, so what is the role that you look back on that you didn't get to play that you most wanted to?
You know what? That's a good question, but I never can answer it because I didn't have one that I lusted after. I got to play Anna in The King and I, which was my favorite role of any ever, and I got to play the lead in South Pacific. All those.
You never wanted to be Lady Macbeth, wringing your hands?
Oh no! I mean I like fun things more than I like drama, but once in a while it's fun to play. I just did a Hallmark Hall of Fame movie that I enjoyed thoroughly, Lost Valentine. It was a sweet romantic love story, and rather dramatic. And I had a good time doing it, but then it was fun to get back to comedy.
Yeah.
So at what point do you retire?
I don't know the meaning of that word. I'm afraid you'll have to define it for me. Because retirement, why? Why should I retire from something I'm enjoying so much?
Looking forward.
Why quit what you like?
Then you're looking forward to the NFL season this year?
I
Getting out there on
am.
the field?
I am.
Yeah.
Yep. I've got a couple of moves that you haven't seen yet.
And you have a book contract out for not one but 2 or 3 books?
One more.
One more after
one
this.
more. This one came out yesterday.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited about finally making that deadline. It comes on you, and I didn't think I was going to make the deadline at all.
I'm looking for a scoop here, Betty. I want you to tell me what's the big revelation out of the second book. Can you give it to us in advance?
Well, I'll tell you what the second book is. That's why I'm looking forward to doing it. I've worked with the Los Angeles Zoo for 48 years, and our wonderful photographer all through those years has given me these magnificent pictures he's taken of the animals. Well, I've been there for so long that the animals in the pictures, many of them are my personal friends. So I'm going to show Tad Motoyama's pictures, and I'm going to do then a little personal anecdote about that individual animal, not just that's a zebra, but that's Fred.
Although you've now
that's
outlived
beautiful.
your favorite elephant.
Oh, my Gita was maybe my favorite animal ever, and that's hard for me to say.
Betty White, still going strong, doesn't know the meaning of retirement. So if you want to send in an email and let her know what that means, we welcome that. Betty White, comedian, absolute film and TV star. And her new book is called If You Ask Me, and of course you won't. Thank you so much. What a pleasure.
Thank you so much,
well,
very
this-
much, Celeste, and
this the-
thank you, my
Oh,
friend,
Betty,
and your
th-
mom.
This is the high point of my day. It's all downhill from here.
Oh, it goes downhill
I
from
think
here?
maybe. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Thanks so much for coming.
please know I appreciate it. Thank you.